Are we talking?
Yes, we are.
What you working on?
I am writing people. Oh, Streamception.
What?
It's like Supernova's watching tonight.
Yay!
I think that the weird thing is that anything I type is going to show up as coming from you on your channel.
Oh. Well, that's no good.
Right?
How would I make this look like Alyssa? I have to add hair extensions and glasses or something?
Yeah.
Or can it just be a ninja graduating?
That's a hard one. I'm not sure. Don't know.
I don't know. What should we talk about?
Well, we could talk about your new stream. I think I made you too into it now, right?
No, because I don't need another way to be
Online.
wildly unpopular.
I know, right? Oh, we could talk about Twitter and how apparently my art Twitter account is limited and restricted for who knows why.
Must have been. What did you did?
I didn't do anything shady this time.
This time. Your art is too risque.
Yeah. It was
The internet has never seen anything like it.
a little bit of a pre-crime going on there, maybe.
Hey, how about that when we were talking to Luke today and we were talking about all the things he could be when he grows up, and he's like, you guys are like those people on Krypton that like planned what everybody's gonna do before they're born. Ouch.
Yeah.
At least he was paying attention.
Yeah. You know, he's gonna get that popular culture reference dropping from me.
Yeah.
Hey, Supernova, how many cats do you have? And what are their names? I'm talking to Supernova.
Oh.
I'm asking how many cats they have and what are their names. I saw a really cool video of something that looked like an octopus shedding its skin while someone was spraying water on it. Except it was a visual effects person's like demo reel. Have you seen that yet? Since I first ran into it, I've seen like 2 or 3 other instances of it popping up now. They have 2. There's a black one named Lulu and a calico named Simi.
Aww.
I think I've seen pictures of the calico, but I felt like I'd also seen another one, so it must have been Lulu that I've seen pictures of. So I think we talked a little bit about Justice League recently.
About who? Justice League?
League.
Uh-huh.
And sure that Luke can watch the new version.
I don't. So far, it doesn't seem any
worse than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only a little ways into it right now. There's been one F-bomb. Otherwise, I guess maybe some of the fight scenes with the Amazons was a little bloody. But I've just been taken aback by how little
you remember.
I remember of that movie. Like I tweeted about it, and I thought, I'm going to start watching the movie and maybe it'll make more sense that, which things were there or not. So far, the only thing that even sort of looks familiar is when Bruce meets Arthur. Like, that scene looked familiar.
Arthur?
Otherwise...
Who's Arthur?
Aquaman.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Supernova says they lost him at 4:3 aspect ratio. I think that I've had to watch enough stuff in 4:3 over the years that doesn't bother me for some reason. Yeah, but I do know there have been definitely a bunch of people who just straight up can't make it past 30 minutes of black bars, which is interesting because WandaVision
noticed it.
Had the same thing going on, at least for most of 1 or 2 episodes, I think. And I remember hearing people mention it, but nobody just wrote it off entirely. At least not that I saw.
Can I tell you what I'm doing here, just real quick?
Sure.
I'm gonna use one of those big things we found yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And try to turn this little baby into a turtle. But
okay.
It looks very inappropriate right now because I'm just suffocating this little baby thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was either that or a skull baby. I don't know.
Probably turtle is a safer bet.
Yeah. Maybe.
I love that you're getting more into the modeling side.
Well, it's kind of fun to, yeah. I should figure out how I could sand off pieces that I don't want to,
Mm-hmm. So I'm just warming up with some silly little characters right now.
Uh-huh.
So we experimented last time with this music and going to Facebook, and Facebook promptly muted the entire stream. So even though I specifically wrote this people that created, well, actually it wasn't this, it was the owned OWN 3D music. I wrote them and said that I was specifically looking for something that would work on Facebook safely, and
meaning it wasn't copyrighted, whatever.
Meaning, that I could play it without it getting muted and giving me a copyright strike or anything like that. And they're like, yeah, sure, it's usable everywhere. Not so much, apparently. So I'm back to Monster Cat because Monster Cat seems to work pretty well. And if I can't be on Facebook anyway, then I'll just stick with this. Someday you're gonna have an opinion on all of this too.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you gonna paint on your bunny today?
Oh, maybe. That might be kind of fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm kind of just warming up a bit.
Warming up? Is that a thing in art? I'm totally gonna make fun of you. Stretching your muscles there.
Mm-hmm. And I've managed to go another week without writing John and Michelle.
Aww. It's only been a couple days.
What's that?
It's only been a couple days.
Yeah, I suppose.
Ow. Oh. Ow. Oh, okay. This is what happens. Ow. Ow. Oh.
Nice.
This looks a little bit like Voldemort when he died, kind of like that little shriveled up creepy thing. That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Freya. She was all kinds of jumpy today.
Mm-hmm.
All over Luke's computer. Your papers over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be funny saying this, but we share our studio space with Luke for his schooling at home during pandemic time. But the funny thing about that is, it's actually probably more accurate to say I share the studio with them because it was theirs first.
I was gonna say.
For a long time.
And you moved in everything you had.
Not everything. You know, I'm a little surprised that... Well, I guess I'm not surprised. I tried to start watching Solar Opposites on Hulu. I can't remember if it's Dan Harmon or Royland's thing. One of the people from Rick and Morty. And I find Rick and Morty really funny when the bad words are bleeped. And not sure why, but I mean, I know what they're saying usually,
Right.
and it's hilarious how much bleeping there is for me.
But otherwise it's offensive to your little ears.
Yeah, like it seems to lose a lot when it's not censored.
Yeah, interesting.
And I remember that, you know, we have the Cartoon Network Roku channel that has the marathons, so it's always censored. But I know that for a long time, our brother-in-law had Hulu, and you could actually watch it on Hulu, and it was not censored. And I was a little jealous because I thought, well, that's cool, you can watch it without it being censored. Now that I can do that, I usually
Not the
don't. And Solar Opposites.
Well, it's because it's so, like you said, it's so prevalent.
Yeah, it's so
kind
over
of,
the top.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think it's funny when it's so over the top and you have to censor it.
That it just keeps bleeping is funny.
Yeah.
But not actually hearing all that.
But actually hearing it, I don't know. I feel like I'm like an old geezer or something that kids these days.
Yeah.
But
I get tired of it sometimes too. Like
yeah,
some of those shows, you're like, alright, I get it.
but Solar Opposites was pretty much exactly the same.
What is that? Another
It's-
cartoon?
Yeah, it's another cartoon by one of the, I don't remember which one, but one of the two Rick and Morty people. And it was on Hulu, and it's a Hulu exclusive. And so I watched it, and I had actually wondered if it was going to be really vulgar and a lot of swearing and all of that, and sure enough it was. And I don't know. My stomach for that apparently is not what it has been in the past, which I'm okay with, but it is kind of new for me. I'm digging this chill music tonight, though.
Oh, I forgot to take a picture of this before I started. Oh well. Nobody cares. Sorry.
Okay, I get it. Nobody cares. So we gotta watch a corpse stream on Wednesday. We did ours after that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because this was in the afternoon. For us.
I feel kind of, we've talked about not being able to find like a scene in Madison.
Yeah.
And I like that group of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the UK scene.
I know.
So, he had like a bunch of people tune in because, they're all on the same time zone at least. And I think it's like midnight for them now. Or later, midnight or 1.
6 hours. Six hours, my dear. It's always 6 hours.
It's not always 6 hours.
Well, that's right. You're right. But
When?
mostly it is.
Most of the time.
This is not in a good place. Why would you put this right on top of my paints, honey?
Well,
Honey,
put it wherever you want to.
Yep.
We talked about doing some collabs. I'm guessing that's probably not something on the docket for tonight.
Oh. Ew, this looks like brains.
Huh?
Look at that. It looks like brains under there.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, we could do a collab thing.
So last night I got to play Minecraft with Luke and a bunch of his friends, who are also my friends, which was awesome. I haven't done a proper multiplayer gaming experience in a long time. It's pretty fun.
Beth was there?
What's that?
Beth was there?
Yep, Beth was there. Alright, so here's my bunny.
Bunny. Oh, your canvas bunny?
Yeah. Maybe I'll switch into this for a little while.
What are you gonna do?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Are you just gonna like freestyle it, or are you gonna think of a plan?
I don't know. What do you think I should do? You're the expert here.
Oh, let me see again. When I first saw it, I was thinking, oh. I was kind of picturing like your cactuses with the hidden bunnies, like just having something peeking, like just add something to it. I don't know. You could totally change it and just leave, like, repaint the bunny, but leave him there and add other stuff. I don't know.
I may not try to force this right now.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to that one later. Here I have...
Want to paint something?
No, not tonight. I assume you mean with proper brushes and whatnot.
Oh.
Let's see here. Might try to copy some other people's stuff.
What does that mean?
Just find some other artwork to try to do in the style of sort of things.
Want my opinion?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like it.
Alright, go for it.
Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Just come and get like a nice little wood. You got a bunch of stuff over there, right?
Oh, I have tons of stuff. Not a question of what I'm going to do.
Do like one of your cute little wood creatures, or think about what you could do for Geekcraft, like little... Like, I like the little turtle thing, sea turtle you made me, or like a little bunny. Personally, I don't think you need to hone your skills on doing somebody else's stuff right now. I think you can just do your own thing, because that is really cute. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I know what you mean.
I can't see you. What are you doing? What?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Hmm. I feel like I should add something else to this. What'd you decide?
Something else. Can't talk about it in too much detail, but one of the some of the contractors working for one of my clients today started talking about the non-fungible token things.
Oh yeah.
In the context of investing and how it could possibly ever be worth anything.
Right.
And it was a very interesting discussion to watch, and I kind of wanted to jump in at one point, but I realized that would not be what I need to spend any time on at all today. But
well,
yeah.
So what was the consensus, or?
There wasn't a consensus, but there were people talking about the different angles of it, and
Yeah, because I don't really understand how that could be even a thing.
so the conversation started because one person had said they don't see any value whatsoever in it, and they don't understand how anyone can consider it an investment or that it has value at all. Yeah, Supernova just said ninjagrl NFTs.
I know. I'm all over that.
And so one of the people who was trying to find a way to
Make money.
elaborate on how it could potentially be value was by talking about other things that have value that sort of don't make sense either. Like baseball cards. And the fact that a specific baseball card could be worth a ton of money is almost solely because people give it that value.
Right.
It's a combination of people wanting it and rarity.
That could be for any art too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, someone brought up art, and someone brought some scribbly piece of art that they said, yeah, well, this sold for $69,000 last month. So,
right.
you know, the art ecosystem has a lot of suckers in it. So it wasn't really a good faith argument by everybody involved, I would say. But even though they were making some like weak arguments, I thought in some cases, they did say that the difference with something digital is that there's no way to not copy it or something. Like the rarity is sort of artificially imposed.
You mean usually, but not in this case, right? Because aren't these supposed to be securely
Yeah, they are, but it's still somewhat arbitrary because I think the specific example was LeBron
Oh, yeah.
slam dunk.
Yeah.
Like that digital representation of that happening sold for a lot of money.
Right, I saw that one.
But you can go see that same thing happening on YouTube, or download it and watch it, or see it posted on Twitter. So where's the value in owning the original copy?
Is
or
it
the only copy when it's not the only copy?
So who would have sold that then? Was it like the photographer or?
Yeah, well, I think in that case it was a specific, almost like a clearinghouse for sports NFTs, I guess. Which I know very little about these things, so I probably shouldn't.
When did it start?
I don't know. Like, I only recently, like, I feel like I had seen people talking about like crypto cats or something a while ago, where you could like get a unique, specific rendition of a cute cat that correlated to the crypto signature or whatever. And that I could kind of get, because if you're talking about the blockchain, talking about a blockchain where a specific token has like history and tracked, and you can actually prove who owns it or whatever, great. But I feel like with something like a sports replay, I can see how it gets a little more iffy or harder for people to kind of follow along.
Right, my brain can only think that if it's like a certain photograph or something, that it's still an artistic thing. But
so Supernova says there's a coming and going echo. Is it when I talk? Because I think Beck's mic is picking up my voice. Problem is, I talk loud and Beck talks quiet, so even though the mic's over by her...
You're all podcasty and stuff.
What's that?
You're like all podcasty and stuff. Right? Like you're used to that.
Hey Beach Cast, thanks for joining.
Hola.
I'm gonna shut off the music real quick, or mute it. I want to see if it's the music. So the music should be muted right now. There.
Should I talk?
Muted. So yeah, I can definitely see when I talk. When I talk, I can see Beck's mic light up. So it's definitely passing my noise gate that I set up for her mic, but not always. So I'm gonna start talking kind of.
I don't need a mic.
You do. So I'm gonna talk.
I'll be a silent partner.
Here, can you stop talking?
I'm
testing something.
Now can I talk?
No, stop talking until I say to start.
Can't do that.
Let's start talking really quietly.
Okay.
Hey.
What? Am I still doing it?
Yeah, stop talking. Alright, I'm going to start talking quietly, and I'm going to eventually go up above the noise gate, and now Beck's mic will probably pick it up. And right about now, there should be maybe 2 little blips that had happened. But yeah.
This is killing me.
Alright, say something.
Hi.
Say something kind of mumbly.
Oh, this is how I normally talk.
Try it again.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay. I'm gonna try to tweak this. It's a little better until I talk loud. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just
Hey, this is what we do. You're gonna get all into this someday too.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're gonna be like, how come I sound weird? How come there's an echo? All right, so I'm going. Okay, say something again.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, say something quiet. A little louder. Like mumble, like you normally would.
Yeah, so I'm just like doing this turtle thing and it looks really janky and it's gonna be a thing that can I be done now?
Yeah, you can be done now. Try again. Again?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something to say. I want to talk when you don't want me.
Again?
Why do we want?
All right. We'll see how this goes for a little bit. So my mic is a Blue Yeti, and I have a Meteor mic set up. But I can still see that my talking picks up. I don't know. I tried to put the mic in front of her. We could probably mount it onto her little overhead webcam thing.
No, this thing's cramping my style already.
I have the Yeti set to the one that's just in front of me, so the Yeti doesn't seem to be the problem. The Yeti doesn't pick up her. The problem is that her Meteor mic picks up me. I don't remember what pattern it uses. I think it's cardioid, or I think it's supposed to be the one that's just right in front, but maybe I need to tweak that a little bit more. I think in the meantime she's going to get crabby if I don't actually just move on. So we'll move on for now.
Me?
Yes. That wasn't too controversial, right? Because
I'm not crabby, you're crabby.
What?
I'm not crabby, you're crabby. Gathering, you're gathering. Wait, what was that from?
That was from the Highlander sketch on Robot Chicken with
Michelle Gellar.
John Connery and Lindsay Lohan.
Sarah Michelle Gellar? Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, maybe that was her.
Can you see my screen thing too? Can I show you something?
Yep.
The brain.
Nice.
Now I have a paint sweatshirt as well as paint pants.
I'm sick of it now that I've seen ya. Every day that I wake up, you pull me in deep.
Don't you even think about it. You're gonna mess with my mic?
Yeah.
Ooh, you made me a prisoner. My soul's gatekeeper, just as grim as a reaper. Take the key and lock my heart away.
I know, I'm with people too. I thought I was making it better.
Darling, even if you're tired away, and nothing I could say to make you stay.
It's still giving a chipmunk sound. Yeah, I actually physically picked it up and put it down, so. I don't know, he says there's some chipmunk sound. They think it's the music. Yeah, they want you to talk now. Adam, I hate to, and Joe, I hate to tell you this, but I think you just maybe are hearing dubstep. Joe's laughing because it's entirely possible that is. Joe says this isn't my first rave. Oh man. Oh yeah, there's a what was it? Yeah, how it should have ended for Batman versus Superman, and they talk about how they've come to. Yeah, he came to take over the world with the power of dubstep, because the World Engine does the, and so then they had a really cool little 15-second rave. Yeah, I'm gonna try fixing the gate here. Beck is gonna be so over this. All right, so I'm gonna... But try talking now. Definitely. Joe said that's a really weird puppet. Well, my bunny thing that we bought yesterday is very sticky, so... Not really. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Hey, it's Luke. Okay.
You don't.
Yeah, he doesn't like having stuff on. What? So, Adam and Joe, is this like unwatchable, or can I fix it later, or what? Because of the audio, or it's true, we could be. Got my... Yeah, well, the echo's gone, but now there's some sort of weird feedback thing that they're getting that's different.
I pushed the button.
Yeah, that probably muted. Unpush the button. Wiggle the cord a bit. I don't know if I fixed it. No, it didn't get fixed. All right, well, you know what?
Well, what about when I pushed the button?
Yeah, you muted it, hon.
Did it fix?
If she mutes it, it fixes it. Crack an egg on it. Oh man. Alright, I'm going to turn off noise suppression and my gate. And
Your what?
I don't know. I don't remember which of my little symbols is the symbol I need. This is why I never get anything done.
Nothing but trouble in all this business.
I blame Adam and Joe.
Our only listeners. Watchers. Listeners. Watchers. Friends.
What I might have to do... Okay, here we go. What I might have to do is switch the Blue Yeti to her desk, which she's not going to like because it's wildly out of size here.
I might just let you be the online arbiter.
No, this is fun.
It's not, no, this is fun.
Joe says, I'm certain this isn't the only yak you've shaved this week.
What?
Alright, so here's the trick.
I don't know what that meant.
Well, yak shaving is a programmer thing.
Well, I could have painted that for OSSR.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is it like turtles down and rubber ducking and all that business?
Yep.
Well, I never heard that one. thought it was a beard joke.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to go back to cardioid on my Yeti.
Don't stop, Yeti.
Because I think this is not worth it. All right, and then
Seriously. What are you doing now?
I'm having fun.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
There, I plugged you back in, and we'll see how the tripping's gone.
Why would it be gone now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. So Joe says that the only option here is to spend $5,000 on a fancy personal mic for each of us.
Well,
He's not wrong.
okay, how many of these figurines do I need to sell to make that happen? I think we're going to be waiting quite a while. Sorry. They're wildly unpopular.
To be fair, I actually made like 20 unique little drawings tonight already, so I'm happy with my...
Really?
Yeah.
You made 20 drawings?
Yeah.
Right now?
1, 2, 3... Okay, so it wasn't 20. I overestimated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, let's go.
Awesome. So, sounds like they can hear us both now, which is awesome. I'm going to turn the music back on and see if that...
Corrects it all again.
Yeah. We're getting you both now. She's a bit quiet, but better. All right, that's good. I need to add my... All right, so... There we go. All right. So we're going to try and turn this into a semi-regular thing on Friday nights. I can get my Twitter account unblocked. Beck was happier promoting it if we were also streaming to her Twitch account. So we're trying to do that now.
Oh, don't laugh at me.
The pain squeeze sound is awesome now.
Yeah, that's what that was.
The pain squeeze. What was that?
Paint.
Oh, okay.
That
Nice.
noise.
So the thing that I often want to do is work on figure drawing and anatomy stuff, which harder to do than just make fun things.
You want to do hard things, not fun things?
Hmm?
Did you say you want to do hard things, not fun things?
That, I guess that is kind of what I was saying. Not, it might not be what I meant, but saying it back like that is pretty accurate for what I actually said. Because fun stuff is fun to do. But I also want to practice like other kinds of skills. Which I do know you've talked about wanting to do too.
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
Yeah.
Like realism things and...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We were just talking earlier today about doing things that are safe in certain situations. That's what I was meaning.
Yeah. I really wanted to make this bedspread be like Wookiee's Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's hard. You done any coding training?
You know, I was realizing the other day that, by the other day I mean earlier tonight, that I haven't done any coding lately, coding streams, and I was surprised by how quickly that kind of crept up on me, because I was doing it pretty regularly for a while. I think that things got a little stressful for a bit, and part of the end result of that was me focusing more on other things for a bit. But I definitely need to get back to that, because that was enjoyable for lots of reasons.
Were you working on a certain project?
I was. I was working on a project to get Restream hooked up to Stream Deck, and it consumed a lot more resources than I thought it was going to, which was part of the problem, I think. That I realized I needed to focus on some other things for a bit. it's more or less not an issue right now, so. So I shouldn't really have any reasons not to. I did open up one of my projects to Supernova, actually. You end up doing anything or getting it to work at all, Joe? It's one of my secret private projects that people have seen me use, but no one else has been able to use it before.
Do I know it?
Contrail? You know what it is, but I don't know if you know what it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah. I think one of them you wanted to call Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy, yeah.
Well, that's a little disheartening, Joe.
What?
He said that he got it to work, but realized it would be a lot of work to get it sort of mass market ready. But I'm glad you gave it a try. It was something that I wrote mostly because I needed it. So where it is now is very much a Beau did what he needed to get it to work. And that's about as far as it got.
Like Grandpa.
What?
Like Grandpa.
Yeah. Yeah, man, like, seriously, like, I'd say use it and enjoy it if you can. No pressure at all. I was just curious if you'd gotten it to work at all. So, it sounds like you actually did, which is awesome. But I think you're right. Like, the more I've been looking at Lando, the more I'm realizing that there's a lot of people working on that project, I think. And there's a lot of like stuff already going for it. So even though it's not what I want, you know, it's actually got some momentum already and whatnot. It may end up just being an internal tool I use for myself as opposed to releasing it for other people. That or else I'll use a license that is very liberal with the provided as is. Or maybe not a license, but I'll make it very clear in the README to use at your own risk. Because yeah, I don't know if I have the time and energy to support a open source project, especially if it's going to be something that requires a lot of extra work or whatever. Yeah, so if you got it to work with a stock Laravel app, that's pretty much, I'd say that's like a really good place to be. But with Sail, that's already there. Yeah. Vagrant is dead. So, Beck.
Yeah.
I painted your little girl character last week.
Yep.
Or last time. Did you think that was a bad thing for me to do?
No. You can do whatever you want, I like some of those things that you did on your own.
Are you both? Are both Joe and Adam mostly Python these days? Am I just picking that up? So what are the IP considerations between spouses? That's why I was giggling just a moment ago, because that's a really interesting thing, which I don't think we've seriously talked about, but I don't necessarily see there being any conflict there, but I can imagine different people in different situations where it might be. Don't you think? Or no? Talking to you.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
This whole time I've been thinking, like, okay, they're talking about coding stuff, and I have no idea what differences between Python and
So,
Ruby have to do with spouses.
yeah, so Joe said, what are the IP considerations between spouses? And so, he's talking about intellectual property considerations. So, like, if you and I are doing art together, and we both have our own art, and I draw a ninja girl, what would happen or whatever?
You could get in trouble if I don't know. What? They were being funny?
Well, I think he's being funny, but you know, and that's why I was saying that I don't think it's an issue for us, but I think that there's probably definitely some.
Oh, you were asking me because of me talking about you wanting to do your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was so confused. I've never heard you talk about spouses with coding stuff at all. Like, is that platforms or languages? Spouses? It's a new one.
One of the things we're thinking about trying to make a reality this year is we want to do a collaboration on a mural on a wall for a local business, and I'm super excited about that. It's pretty far outside my comfort level, but I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that will be fun. They don't know what they're in for.
Right? Right now, they have a mural that says "Made You Look" with Squanchy from Rick and Morty, but I don't think they even know who Rick and Morty is. So I think they don't. Yeah, I think that they just think it's a silly cartoon cat, which it is, but it's actually an actual character. And I guess if you know who it's supposed to be, it's maybe funnier. Maybe, I don't know. But I hope they like bunnies.
Oh boy. We're gonna have to agree on this here.
Yeah. I'll do the letters and the cute animals. You can do the flowy background scenes.
The what?
The flowy background scenes.
No.
And a ninja girl with a turtle.
Where's a flowy background?
Okay. I guess we've got lots to talk about still.
Flowy background.
I can't remember what we were talking about, but I think... Oh, it was actually about this stuff. You were talking about me doing some, like, circuitry or something. Which I think would be...
Yeah, for the lettering. I think.
Yeah. Which I think would be really awesome. But I've never done circuitry. And I've always been a little intimidated by it because...
Yeah.
It's random, but not.
Well, you're gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
It seems right up your alley, though, you know?
Yeah.
Not even just because it's computery, but because you like things exact and correct. Right?
Yep. It's just copper, Joe says. Nice. It's true. You know, the funny thing about Zentangles is I would probably really enjoy it. But I sort of have a weird sense about it that I don't want to be doing exactly something that's like laid out for me. That makes sense?
Did you just think of that right now?
Yeah.
Or are they asking you about it?
No, I just thought about that right now. Because as I'm doing...
I still don't understand what it is. I thought it was just a bunch of shapes that you can put together or something.
It is. It's like a toolbox of shapes and styles and things. And as I'm sitting here doing my random thing, I'm realizing that this is pretty similar to like what I feel like I'm getting out of this is pretty similar to what I think the goal of doing Zentangles is kind of just going with the flow.
Yeah.
And then I thought, why did I never actually pick that up? And then I realized that it's probably for the reason I said, where, you know, you and I both have different things that we avoid, but they're kind of similar in a sense. Like, let's say we were going to take a class to learn how to do something, and you kind of push back on it because you think that's cheating, or you know what I mean? Like the class we took last summer.
Oh, yeah.
Where if I was actually doing like a technique like Zentangles, I'd feel like I'm cheating. Or something. I don't know.
All I can think of is like. Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
They're gonna get us in trouble.
No, my brain was thinking about like trying to make sense of like, well, what would be something comparable to that I could understand. And I was like, well, is that like latch hook rugs are to knitting or something?
Well, I think it's similar to
I guess I've never seen what I've heard you talk about it, but
yeah, so Adam says I do tend to lean toward tangles in what he's seen me do.
You're drawing something?
I'm drawing something right now, yeah.
No, I mean this is untangled thing. Is it like you're drawing something but there's like certain shapes or
Yeah, there's different shapes and different patterns and different ways to say, okay, I've done these things, how can I connect them? Or what pattern can I put in here that would work?
And is the purpose
The purpose is to be relaxed and enjoy.
Like the coloring books, like the adult coloring books.
Yeah, except rather than coloring, you're actually drawing the things.
Yeah, so I don't think there's a cheating.
I know. So what I'm saying is that I'm catching the fact that
that's why you never did before.
Yeah. That it sort of seemed. It seemed like if you went to a class to learn graffiti, when
Who would do that?
and giving you a bunch of like hints to start, and then
Okay.
just doing those things, and not learning to do things on your own, or to go outside of the constraints of.
But see, I don't think that the people that are doing that, just like the people if they're doing coloring books for mindfulness or whatever, that it's fun to do, and it's relaxing, and you enjoy the time.
Yeah, so I'm totally not judging. I'm just trying to realize where my brain has been, because as I've seen, like, say, Matthew Wiro Finney's tangles get more intricate and whatnot, I'm realizing that I maybe never really understood enough about what it was and where it could go and things like that. And sometimes I make little barriers for myself unknowingly. I also want to get better at like pen control and stuff. And so, like, for me, sometimes just practicing drawing lines straight is important.
Yeah, and I think that what we should remember is that we are very different. And so you don't have to like ask me stuff, and I don't have to tell you what I think you should do, because it's very different in the way we approach things.
I do know that I liked doing digital art for a little while, but man, that was really bad for my perfectionism, because I would
you mean
draw
like
the same
Katie's thing, or like you actually did?
Yeah, like I had a Wacom for a little while.
Yeah.
Joe's saying that art is harder than programming because it's subjective. Yeah, I think you can definitely feel that, like, what your skill level is at something like programming easier than you can at art. But I do know there's a lot of programmers who like the Dunning-Kruger thing goes both ways. You know, there's a lot of people who have really high opinions of themselves and their thoughts. On how to do things.
And that happens in art too.
Yeah. Definitely. Since I've been following more art people on Instagram, you know, there's a lot of like building up and like trying to help people feel good about their art and whatnot. So there's a lot of people posting things about if you do art, you're an artist.
Right.
And I know that's something you and I have talked about a lot. Like, am I an artist? Or are you an artist? Or are we good? Or
well, that's the whole imposter syndrome thing too, right?
What's that?
Like the imposter syndrome thing too.
Yeah. I think the other thing about things like art is even more than programming. The whole you just have to show up and actually do it. Like, I don't know if that's true for coding as well. Because I think you really could show up to code every day and not get better. Like some people. Like I feel like that's possible. I think it's probably true for art too, I guess, or like writing.
Yeah.
But if you just don't get programming, I don't know how long you can actually.
You can't fake it.
Yeah, you can't fake it, or you could copy and paste from Stack Overflow maybe, but at a certain point it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah. Has this been on the whole time?
This music?
Oh.
Yes. Not this particular song. Hey, so tell me about your raving. So Adam disagrees that if you do something daily, you're bound to get better. But the time it takes to get really good is hard to gauge. Yeah, maybe that's more fair. I think like anything, it's also there's a little bit of innate ability.
Yeah.
That, you know, I was going to say that coding just always came naturally to me. And so I don't feel like I would get better just by doing it, I guess. But I did, because I did it for 30 years now or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm saying anymore. Joe saying maybe get more efficient, but not necessarily better. I've always had a hard time with gaming, actually. Like, I know some of my friends who were really into it and have always been really good. And maybe they've always just played way more than me. But some of that even seemed like innate ability as well. Like, understanding which things actually help you progress faster doesn't always come naturally to me. Like, I'll spend a lot of time on a game trying to master a level and realize later that I'd missed some like minor detail that was like a clue to how I should have done things differently. I think the first time I really appreciated that was with Josh playing World of Warcraft. Let's see here. Joe says, for me, there's a difference between how I see myself as a lifelong learner and a problem solver and the person who learned A to do B and spend their life using A to do B. And I love video games since I was 6, and I've been terrible ever since. Awesome. I think I can relate to that quite nicely.
Well, you had a while that Luke was really impressed with you, right?
Yeah.
Is that gone now?
I think that's gone now. Which is sad, but, you know.
He surpassed you.
Yeah. So, Joe and Adam, have either of you had the pleasure to see any of the Tailwind/Windy discussions on the Twitter sphere? I stumbled upon that and promptly wished I hadn't.
What's that?
As I understand it, somebody forked Tailwind for some reason. What's that?
What's Tailwind?
Tailwind is a CSS framework to make it easier to style web pages and stuff.
Okay.
And it's actually pretty popular. Pretty much everything I've done in the last 2 or 3 years has involved Tailwind or Tailwind UI. And apparently Windy forked it for some reason, which I'm not really clear on what that reason was. It wasn't a hostile fork at the time. It was I don't know why they did it, but why did they fork it? I don't really know. I feel like it was maybe a slightly different ecosystem. Yeah. The main thing is that Windy ended up implementing a just-in-time compiler for Tailwind compatible style sheets or something, and apparently had actually talked with the Tailwind team about providing the source code for it to the Tailwind community, and that discussion didn't go the way it could have, and so ultimately the Windy code was never brought into Tailwind proper. And I think the thing was that the Tailwind team wanted to enforce some guidelines or some control because it was going to be under their namespace, which I totally get. So Tailwind ended up implementing it themselves because it's something they had on their to-do list for a long time anyway. And now there's a big discussion about Tailwind marketing this just-in-time compiler as a huge win, but not mentioning a competing framework. And so, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I get it enough to really have a strong opinion, but it also seems kind of clear to me that it's different enough that like if they didn't actually use the same code and they built something similar, but it was something they were going to build anyway, I don't see why Tailwind should feel like they have to mention anybody else that is using their style of CSS just because it happens to use the same things that they put together. But as Adam says, ego is strong in certain circles, and so I was curious how the two of you maybe came down on that, like if you had heard about it and what your take or interpretation was. Adam avoids those projects entirely, so hadn't heard about it. Yeah, it's interesting when I've been in various communities and talked to different people. Anytime I mention the existence of drama, I never know what to expect from the person, because some people are fully versed and so they intentionally stay out of it. Other people are just like, how could anyone be upset about it? Like they've been blissfully unaware of any sort of drama and whatnot. So Joe saw Taylor's response. Yeah, I saw that part too. I dug in a little further than I probably needed to, but I was really curious what was going on. Tailwind is fantastic for back-end developers who need to cosplay as front-end developers.
Is it a Laravel related thing?
Yeah, it's a Laravel. It's not really Laravel related, but one of Adam Wathan's projects, and Adam Wathan has a lot of support in the Laravel community and has done a lot in the Laravel community, so they're all really into it. You know, Joe, I would not. I'd be curious to hear what that feedback looks like, actually. So Joe's saying he gets a lot of feedback from design standards friends. Because I've worked with like BEM and all of that nonsense. Tons and tons of CSS. And even with Tailwind, if I ever try to go in and tweak Tailwind CSS, it eventually just becomes a nightmare. So I don't know, like, yeah. So Adam, I think that's where it's different actually, is that in the end it isn't, I mean, it is just CSS. But the difference is whether you have to write CSS or not. And getting the benefit of CSS without having to write it is the big trade-off, really. I mean, that's what you win, is being able to combine a bunch of classes in the code versus having to configure just the right collection of selectors and CSS rules to do the same thing in like 15 different places. I don't know which examples you would have been looking at. I mean, or what you mean by devolves into CSS, but maybe it's not the right place to talk about it if I'm not in the right coding mindset. I mean, it is CSS in the end because that's the end result, right? But whether you have to write it or not is the difference. I think we've put Beck to sleep. Or at the very least knocked her out of the conversation. Stretching the sides of my brain. That's a great way to describe it. And now we're gonna a discoverable history. All of a sudden I really want to pick Adam's brain on what he really thinks about Tailwind CSS.
Oh.
What? I think I'm going to run into some problems with what I'm trying to do now, because I know there were a few places where I didn't actually get the amount of space between the lines that I wanted to, but I'm going to try it anyway. I still owe a friend of mine a piece of art, which will be the first piece of art I've sent to someone. I need to figure out which one I want to send, though. This might be a pretty fun one, though. Joe says, I want to know more about this avocado that Beck is painting.
Oh, well, he's gonna have little arms. He's gonna be a turtle. He's got a big head.
Oh, man.
They had to cover the whole baby head.
Yeah.
I do like avocados.
I had to look to see what he was talking about, actually, because I hadn't looked in a while.
That is a very good description.
I don't know, Adam. Oh, wait, no, I don't know, Joe. I think that you just don't really understand the tool.
You're talking about your stuff or avocados? Huh?
No, that at the end of the day, use tools to provide value. They don't all provide everyone the same value, whether that's programming languages, compilers, or paintbrushes. And I was like, no. Let me point you to this Medium article I got. It'll set you straight. So, Adam, I don't think you've been here since the first time you came by, or if you've done any of the catch-up streams, but this is all being streamed off my PC now because it works way better. And I have no idea how or why, but this computer is nowhere near as powerful as my MacBook Pro is, but it has way different issues. I've finally started actively working on one of my side projects, which is cool.
Yay.
After much prodding from my lovely wife and stream
But sadly,
co-host.
it does not have a cool fish name.
It does not have a cool fish name. It has a very utilitarian name, which I think will work out better for it in the long run. Deep Rock Galactic. You know, I don't know if I need another vice in my life right now. Installing more games. I think I need to spend more time trying to make money.
You know, it's like, Luke, Mom, don't you really want to play Fortnite though? It'd be so fun. No, it would be not another thing to do, right?
Well, look what happened to me last night.
That was adorable.
It was adorable, but also I ended up playing longer than Luke.
Not that much longer.
No, but I definitely didn't force him to go to bed earlier like he probably should have. He turned it off before I turned mine off.
He did.
And yeah. So it's really fun. I love it, and I like getting engaged and talking to people and building things and playing with Luke. It's really fun, but
I know.
just
Can suck a lot of time.
yeah, I could feel it happening. Like I'm like, all right, it's 8:30 now. I need to be done soon. All right, it's 8:45 now. I should be done by 9. All right, it's 9:15 now. I should really be done, but I'm almost to level 11.
Get some diamonds.
Yep. Oh, my echo is back.
Oh no. Chipmunks.
It's echoey because I'm hunched over. Interesting. Well, you know what I have to say about that? You're hunched over.
You're hunched over.
I don't know why that would matter other than this labyrinth of passages that lead over to your mic. Is there more? I don't know.
What's a cute animal besides a bunny?
Capybara?
Oh yeah.
That's just a big bunny.
Big rat bunny.
Oh, Kara says hello.
Oh hello.
Well, it's good to know that if I'm hunched that my voice doesn't carry, or doesn't work well.
That's another cute animal.
Squirrels. Chipmunks. Cows.
You're not doing it right. Else.
Kitties. How's Kara doing tonight? Ooh, Kara. Adam says, pangolin.
Oh.
I'm a fan of foxes.
I have to look that one up. I don't remember them.
They're like long, fuzzy armadillos. Is what I have pictured in my head. I don't know how
like
accurate that is.
otter ferrets or something.
Otter ferret, maybe. Puddle puddle.
Oh.
That's from Finding Dory. Remember the sea otters?
Puddle what? Oh.
Puddle puddle. And all of the sea otters did that to distract people on the bridge. Cookie time, nice.
I want a cookie.
I do too.
Totally was thinking. Well, I kind of want a cake.
Sounds like so. Kara's done teaching. She's been doing one-on-one teaching English as a second language to kids overseas. That's really cool.
And I'm painting an avocado.
I think you're gonna like what I'm working on here. Kind of not fair that I can see what you're doing, but you can't see what I am.
True.
I have been happy with how I've managed to get accustomed to making sure I'm drawing with the screen in the right place, or putting the drawing in the right place to be picked up by the camera. At least I think I have been. She said, quote, sometimes. I don't remember what we said. That's awful.
What?
You remember what we said? What did we ask her?
I don't remember. Wait, did you ask if it was fun, or?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to remember. Maybe Joel will remind us.
Getting pretty late.
What time is it?
And?
I'm almost to level 11 here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I said that Luke's gonna really like these Arknights.
At least it's a weekend now.
Yeah. A little less
sauce.
appropriate on Wednesday nights. You know, I'd be more annoyed about our Twitter account, except I feel like every single Twitter account that I've set up new in the last 2 years, which is probably more than I'd like to admit, and maybe that's why I'm getting flagged. Anyway,
It's that guy again.
yeah, pretty much every single account eventually gets blocked for a period of time, and I do what I need to try to say, hey, what's wrong with my account? And they're always like, oh, we're sorry, you know, we have these automated things set up and your account accidentally got collected in the whatever. It happens every time.
Maybe they think you're Trump.
No.
Okay.
I know that they've been cracking down on a lot of things lately or whatever, but really annoying to anyway, so I'm not too worried that I'm not going to get that account back, but it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It happened with Mud Skipper. It happened with
Really?
this account. I feel like I set up something else recently too. I don't remember what it was though. Adam says, now I see why Beck asked about the cute animal.
Oh. I went with Bunny.
Oh, Joe says it's 100% because you're creating multiple accounts. They cracked down hard on me and pretty much told me to go pound sand on a couple of accounts. Really?
Cause what?
Because
You have lots of
creating
accounts.
multiple accounts. Huh.
And they don't want you to cause
Well, that's a bummer.
are you not supposed to?
Well, I don't know.
You have so many hats to wear.
I know, right? Yeah, Joe, why, like, were they shady accounts, or were they, like, legit accounts, like, for a while I was creating a new Twitter account for each of my blogs that I started that I wrote one article for each. But that's been a while since I've done that. But, like, if I have a new project that comes up, then, you know, I'll like to secure the Twitter handle in case that project becomes something more than just a annual domain renewal fee. They were legit accounts, but they were for new things that didn't really have much history. Interesting. So that does make me a little more worried than I was earlier, that maybe they'll be like, yeah, no.
Maybe if you tell them you'll give one of the other ones up.
Yeah. If you unlock that account, I'll delete these 33 other accounts. Oh hey, it looks like we've gotten raided by some people. We've got Chicken Wing and Kittiflow, I'm in it. So welcome, provided you're here for awesomeness and not,
You know.
awfulness. Gotta say, a kitty raid does sound like it would be fun.
Kitty raid or kitty rave?
Yes. Chicken raid, awesome. Well, thanks for joining. That's awesome. Yeah, we're trying to do some more traditional art stuff here. We've got another friend that's been doing some stuff too. If you want to check out, what is it? Doodle with Corp. I think we're both following. So yeah, we're trying to do some fun art stuff here. And also talking a little bit about coding stuff too.
How's it going over there?
Good. I'm pretty happy with this.
I can't finish the avocado. I need to let it dry before I put paint on it because I think that I probably should let it dry for a couple of days. And I started painting on it. I put a little bit of that super glue underneath there, and it like foamed up and ate away at the ceramic and the clay and all kinds of things. So I think I better just let it sit a little bit before I try to turn him into a little turtle.
Is that the new model stuff that you're modeling, stuff that doesn't bake?
Yeah, it's the air dry stuff, which is what I used for the other one that turned out good, but I let that dry for like 2 days before I painted it. So.
Oh, experiment.
Yeah.
Cool. And it looks like you did end up going with a bunny.
Yeah, I got a little bunny eyeball.
Bunny works for me.
Looks kind of like a little antique bed. So yeah.
Take care, Adam. Have a good night.
Good night.
So, right now I'm working on a random piece of cardboard. So, started doing I don't know, I think it's gonna be a lizard or something earlier, and letting that dry, and started doing this little design that I've never really done anything like this before. So, kind of seeing how it works. ninjagrl working on doing some mods of
I should take a picture of it. Little ceramic figurines from thrift stores.
She's been collecting these little ceramic figurines for a couple of years. You can go get some of the other ones maybe. Looks like I'm testing Star Wars backgrounds for the Empire ship sets. Yeah, I sort of get that feel too. Like, it feels like techie sci-fi-ish, but it was just kind of seeing what would happen. I just started putting stuff out there.
This is
Ophelia, right?
Yes, this is Ophelia in her basket of vipers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first one that I did with extra clay. Changed the goose into a dragon. Earlier
tonight I was just doing some random sketches, and kind of make some fun things. This was what I did earlier. These little guys.
Okay.
Then moved on to this, which I've always wanted to draw the weird legs.
Those are legs? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's where I want to be able to look
Wait,
at
but what's
references. That's this leg. Clearly I need more work.
No, I'm not seeing it.
So it's like goes back and then down. So this one's going down, back, and down.
Oh, yeah, those are not human legs.
They're not human legs,
Okay,
no.
got it.
I was specifically trying to draw the like chicken leg type thing.
I see.
And then this little creepy guy carrying a bunny. Anyway, so these were my warm-ups. But then this is the thing I just finished. Which, I've not done something like that before. Closest was
you could
probably this one.
You could do the... This is what I'm thinking for the words on the
Yeah.
mural.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I was thinking
Like,
too.
as long as...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it started out as just shapes. Where if they'd actually been letters and had this like filled inside of them, it would be pretty cool. But alright, well I think we're probably done. So thanks for rating us, but yeah, we've been at this for a little while now, and we've got a little boy that needs to be in bed actually a while ago. And so yeah, so thanks for joining tonight. Thanks for coming, Joe. Thanks for everyone else who dropped in. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna try and do this every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time in the U.S. and 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights is kind of what we have. So thanks for joining, and hope to see you all again soon. Bye.